Hey guys, welcome to episode number 6. Sorry this one's a little bit late, had some stuff on over the weekend, but it's up now, so that's all good. This one is going to be all about how I did the walls. I'm super happy with how they turned out in the end. They took ages and it was pretty tricky to do by myself, but I really like how they've come out, and it's actually a pretty cheap, cost-effective way to create nice walls. I ended up going for a lighter stain to try and open up the space, and yeah, it looks really cool. Alright, so this is how I did the walls. Let me know if you find it useful. Any questions, just ask. Okay, so the walls are all primed up, pretty much ready to go. So now I'm going to screw these ply battens I made up. So these are 19mm ply. I use ply because it's nice and flexy. It can sort of bend to the contour of the van. So they're just going to screw to the side like that. Obviously I'm only screwing into areas where there's space behind. So all these spots are designed to be screwed into. Don't screw into any skins. You just go through to the outside. I'm just using some galvanized metal screws. Don't need to pre-drill these, they just go straight in. Makes it way easier. I'm gonna try and keep regular spaces between the studs so I know where they are. I'll probably do like 450 or 600mm spacing. So for this section, I'm just going to bond some plywood directly to the wall to try and get as much width as possible for my sleeping area. And then I can just edge all this really easily because I've already got all the framing there. Alright, so I've got all my wall material ripped down, pretty much ready to go. So the idea is to screw it to the battens like this. I'm going to use spacers to space them all out by about 2mm or so. And yeah, probably use the circ saw to cut them down in here so I don't have to keep going and using the drop saw inside. And then I'll just run it along the speed square so that all perfectly square cuts. Got the jigsaw just in case there's any weird curves or anything. And I'm gonna countersink them all and pre-drill them with this little, where did I put it? This little bit that pre-drills and countersinks at the same time. I'm gonna mark out all my holes so all the screw holes are perfectly even. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit tricky by myself because I'm gonna have to like hold them up, pre-drill, and then drive them in and space them out perfectly. But we'll see how we go. So I've just sanded this wall with a pretty rough grit. I think I was using like 60 by the end. And I've just sort of taken all the putty back and it's looking pretty good. But I found the best way to finish off timber is do a rough sand and then soak it down with some water and let that dry and then sand it back again. And that just like raises the grain, it's called. It's kind of weird to explain, but when timber gets wet, it like swells up and expands. And then if you wet it down and let it dry and then sand off those raised bits, it just creates a way, way, way smoother finish in the end. Thanks for watching that episode, guys. Hopefully you found some useful tips in there. As I said, super happy with the walls, wouldn't change a thing really. And the next episode is gonna be a cool one. It's gonna be how I made this custom skylight. I made the whole thing from scratch and it's been 3 weeks or so now. Not a single leak, super secure, 100% happy with it. So I'm super excited to show you that. I only spent about 60 bucks on it, so it's super cheap. So the skylight video should be up in a week or so. Should be a pretty cool one. And yeah, if you find this useful, make sure you subscribe and all that sort of stuff. All right, I'm gonna go and buy some batteries and some cabling, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.